Welcome to the latest episode of Trash or Treasure. We're going to look at some Charizard products, specifically the Charizard line, and see if we can find any cards that could potentially be new ones for our collections. Let's start with Charmander. Now, Charmander and Charizard, a lot of the cards are pretty cheap if you want to get them single off, say for like shiny ones and specific secret rares or promos. So let's see if we could find any that look really cool, might be undervalued. I really like this Pop Series Charmander art, but there's also the Delta Species ones, which we could see if there's a reverse in. So let's go ahead and pull both of those up. Delta Species are so cool. So here are a couple of Dittos. They look very similar. They have different attacks. Out of the two, this one is pretty cool, and let's see if we can find a cool one for that. I also really like this Build-A-Bear Workshop one, so let's see if we could find one of those. Next would be Charmeleon. So let's just look around. A Crystal Guardians, that would be a cool reverse. So here again we have the Pop Series and the regular. I actually like the regular art a little bit better. And I think that's probably it. Let's do Charizard as the last one. Now, there's a lot more Charizard cards, and it's kind of funny that there's not really a lot of Charmeleons to go with them. Ooh, this X and Y promo, that's really pretty. Let's look at that. This one. This promo, I actually really like the post Charizard card is in, so let's look at that one. And because of the Battle Academy, let's get a little number 3, and let's see what shows up. Let's do this one, number 3. So let's see how the cards end up looking. Welcome to the studio. The cards have finally arrived. And before we look at them, I have to go over the rules for how I'm ranking whether they're trash or treasure. There are 4 categories. Absolute trash, somewhat trash, acceptable, and hidden treasure. I'm gonna base my opinions off of criteria like how much I paid for each card, what the seller listed the card as, like near mint or lightly played or damaged, and my personal assessment of the card. Like, maybe it's damaged, but I think the card's really sick in person, and that might affect the quality of the card. So let's get started. Here it is, in a top loader with tape on top. Wonder what card it is. Definitely some whiting around the edges. You can see it is probably at least a heavily played or moderately played card. Okay, let's see what it is. Oh, it's the Ditto! It's in fairly rough condition. Let's see, we got it as a damaged, actually. This said it was damaged. There is a, you can see there's a little bit of a scratch right there, probably making it damaged. But this is a fairly acceptable price. I don't know if I'd pay $2 for this. Honestly, I would say this is a fair price. I would say this is acceptable. This one is really well packaged. So let's take this out so we don't have as much glare on it. Can't really see the back, but let's see what card it is. I'm very nervous. Oh, it's the Charizard EX. Let's get it out of its sleeve. Ooh, that's really pretty. So there is a giant, there's like a weird nick right here. But otherwise, this card's in like, oh, and then this card right here. So this is probably from the packaging of the promo. This little dent right here. Yeah, there's a lot of whiting on the back, and definitely can tell a lot the damage on it. I don't think I'm blown out of the water. Definitely is damaged, but it's really acceptable. And if you just put it in the sleeve, it's really hard to tell about this damage. So I'm pretty happy with this one. It's in another top loader. Let's go ahead and try to break into this. Oh my goodness. I love it when they do tape, but I also hate it because it's so hard to get into. Oh, this is just a fire energy. Wow. This one was a near mint, so I'm not really worried about this. Honestly, this is somewhat trash. Energies alone aren't very expensive, but so I ended up paying like twice the value. But it's still a pretty cool card. It is number 3, like we ordered, and I don't doubt this is in pretty good quality. The only interesting thing is the cut is pretty miscut. Pretty thin on the top here, but overall, I think, like, if you're paying 15 cents for this alone, that's a fair price, but 15 cents and 99-cent shipping make this somewhat trash, in my opinion. Let's move on to the next one. This one's in a pretty big top loader, so let's go ahead and free this one. Oh, so this is our Delta species Charmander. Let's look at that one first. So this was actually just fairly dirty, like on the top here. There's like some, if the camera focus. But I wonder if you could just get that off with your fingernail or something. Yeah, see, that's coming off. Couple of nicks on the top here. But, like, and there's like this junk on the bottom. But otherwise, like, this card's mostly just dirty. It's not. Yeah, there is some scratches on the surface, but this is fairly minor. So I'm pretty happy with this one.
I'd say this card is acceptable. There's a lot of damage on it, there's stains. And for 30 cents, I think that's acceptable.
Let's see what this one is. There are some scratches on the back. Yeah, some pretty deep gouges. But, let's see. Yeah, this is the Build-A-Bear Workshop promo. Yeah, it's pretty roughed up, honestly. So if you get it at a certain angle, it has some gouges on it. This one's a moderately played. I'd honestly say this one's probably more of a damage just because of all the scratches on it. It hasn't really been played at all, if you look at the edges. Like, the damage on this is more of like damage, but this is still a really cool card. I love this art. I'd say this was acceptable. As long as you put it in a sleeve and look from it far away, it looks really great. On to the second to last card. We have not yet hit our bangers. Oh yeah, you can see this one. This one's gotten some damage on it. Looks like this one also has 2 cards in it, but this back one has some serious damage on it. Yeah, look at that. That has been in someone's pocket. Oh, an elementary school playground. Holy cow, that is intense. Yeah, and this side has not suffered. Has suffered as well. Look at this corner. This is like childhood card right here. Yeesh. Okay, I'm really worried about it. The cardboard just flaking off of this edge here. That's kind of scary. Oh! This is our Charmeleon. I think I ended up getting this Charmeleon for $1. This one was damaged. There were moderately played for less, like for 50 cents. But this one's definitely damaged. But honestly, if you had this collection in your collection as a kid, that'd be sick.
This card is definitely absolute trash.
I do not think this card is worth $1 in this condition. When there was moderately played, which would have just had the whitening on the back and the less of the creases on the overall card for 50 cents. Okay, the other one from the seller. This one looks so clean compared to that last one. Like, there is whitening on the edges, but it's like barely noticeable. Oh, it's the Charmeleon. Yeah, there's a lot of surface. It's really hard to pick up on camera. But there's like a lot of surface smudges on it. That's pretty sick though. The holo always makes, in this era, always make the art look darker. But look how sick that is. I paid $5.25. It's a lot more to get these reverses with the stamps. I think this one is absolute hidden treasure. I love this card so much. That is so sick. I'm very happy with this card. Last pack. And I think I know what card this is. Yeah. Whiting on the top. And on the bottom. A little speck here. And yeah, this is the promo. I think promos were damaged. This one doesn't look like damage at all. There's a couple of dents on the back. And I cannot see that on the front at all. But holy cow. It's an absolute treasure, guys. You sleeve this up, put it in your collection. Could hardly tell this one was sold as damaged. And that's the end of this episode. Let me know down below whether you agree with my assessments. And I'll see you next video. Bye!